Hi race fans. Today in Drag Racing 101, I want to cover the dial or the handicap system in drag racing of the current format we use at most of the bracket races, trophy races, held at every track, coast to coast and border to border. The prediction, and you're going to hear a lot about that today's race, is the prediction or the dial. And this is a dial board, which is simply put, I predict that this hot rod is going to take 10.82 seconds to go from point A to point B down on the big end at the stripe. Now, I run slower cars a lot and faster cars as well. But for today's example, we're going to use a dial from one of my pesky Norm weeks. And Norm normally runs in his Trans Am a 1356, which is slower than in this hot rod. Now, you put the slower car number on top, you put the faster car underneath, and you subtract it, and you would come up with 2.74 seconds. That would be the amount of handicap that the slower car gets at the tree. And the tree is, when you see the lights coming down, that is what we call the Christmas tree. And most races are won within 60 feet of the tree. It's very, very important. So let me recap on that. We take the faster car, we take the slower car, we subtract the difference, and the slower car gets simply a handicap of 2.47 seconds. Sometimes that don't seem like a lot, but when you're chasing a car on the big end, that seems like a fair amount. So that's how we do it, how we handle the dial, which is simply a prediction that I am making that the car is going to run 1082 in the quarter mile. The slower car, the faster car, subtract the difference, and you got 2.74 seconds. Now, before we go on any further, I want to turn you over to a young man named Juston Rosenbaum. Now, this race we're going to show you, we found a year or so ago at a local track that we run at on a regular basis. Now, that is at Tri-State's drag strip up in Earlville, not too far from Waterloo. And Juston is going to show you and tell you a lot about the dial and how he runs a race in every day. Now, this young man runs thousands of runs in that hot rod of his of that Corvette. There's nobody any better at finding every little bit in that hot rod of his. So, Juston, I want to turn this over to you.
All right, Bracket Wars. This is we're down to 6 cars in trophy class. We want to start by trying to get your temperature, your oil temperature, maybe your water temperature, as close to you can as the same each run. We have a motorcycle that's going to be chasing us, which means we're going to leave first. He's dialed roughly in the 10-second range. We're in the 14, so roughly it'll be about a 4-second handicap head start. And worst out of the tree will come down first, and then first one there wins without going faster than your predicted time. So here we go. We're going to pull into the water box. There'll be a gentleman directing us in. Stop when he tells you to stop, and we're going to do a burnout. Just hold the brake tight and brake and the gas at the same time. Get the tires spinning and burn out of the water. Like so. We're going to do one kind of a practice launch, and if it feels good, we're going to roll to the starting line. Roll up near the pre-stage beams. You can see them kind of coming out of the wall. There's also a box in the center of the track. Check the dial in, make sure it's correct. RPM we're going to bring up to about 1600. We are going to bump forward until we light both lights, pre-stage, then stage, and I roll forward farther until I turn the top light off. We're deep, see the third, and go. but I'd say I probably got there by a good, oh, you put it in car lengths, had to be probably 2 car lengths. Could have made it closer, but I felt like I had already gotten out of the gas enough to where should have been safely running slower than my time as to not break out. So that puts us down to 3 cars and trophy, so we'll come back around and do it again here. Stay tuned, this is Bracket Wars. Alright, this is Bracket Wars. We got the trophy final. Friend of ours from our local track, Scott Ziegenhorn, in the Mustang. So classic Ford versus Chevy battle here. He's I don't know, roughly 3 seconds faster than us. So we'll be leaving first. 3-second handicap head start. And then first person there wins the race without going faster than your prediction. Now if we both somehow go faster, whoever's under or faster by the least, closest to your time, kind of like the Price is Right, will win that round. So once again, temperatures look good. We're gonna do our burnout here in just a minute. Once again, we're going to test the track a little bit there. Feels good. Roll up close to the pre-stage. Get our RPMs right. And we're going to bump in, turn the pre-stage and the stage light on, and I roll all the way through, called deep staging. We're going to turn the top light off. We're going to see the third yellow full, and I'm going to hammer the gas and go from there. I think I might have been a little late. Yeah, baby! This is Bracket Wars. We got ourselves a trophy winner. This trophy's going to Mr. Lonnie Foltz, who's got us filming for him and trying to put together a great deal to teach people about bracket racing. A lot of people don't understand that they can bring their daily driver, you know, mom's minivan, whatever you got, and compete with cars like Scott's there that runs, you know, 11 seconds in the quarter mile, full race car. So pretty cool to see 2 Cordova guys getting it done up here at Earlville on Labor Day weekend. We come home with a sportsman winner yesterday and trophy winner today. So awesome. I'm going to keep you with me here until we get our ticket time slip and see if we can make sense of that. I didn't feel like I was that great on the tree. If I had to guess, I'd say I was maybe 040, 050. And then it was real close at the finish line. Lonnie's got some footage of the race from outside the car, hopefully too. So we'll get up to the ticket shack here and, like I said, try to make sense of our numbers. See how we did, and thank you, sir. Okay, so I called my light. I was 041 on the tree, 41 thousandths from perfect, and we went 3 over. He was 070 on the tree. So we had an advantage on the reaction time of 29 thousandths of a second. He actually got to the finish line first. He actually got to the finish line first by 28 thousandths of a second and broke out. He went about 18 thousandths of a second under, so good close race there. Stay tuned, this is Bracket Wars.